Hello traders, my name is Plamen and welcome back to our weekly forecast for the upcoming week. I want to start again with the news that are coming this week, so without further ado, let's begin. Okay. This week, you can see there are a lot of news, but none of them are really important that can bring some movements on the market. On Monday, we had today the German I4 Business Climate Index, and later today the Bank of England government Bailey will speak. So nothing important. On Tuesday, their retail sales for the Australian dollar. Again, the government Bailey will speak, and the President Lagarde of the European Central Bank will speak again. Okay, on Wednesday, there's some news for the US dollar, pending home sales and crude oil inventories. We don't think that these news will bring some movements. On Thursday, there is gonna be the inflation letter for the Bank of England and the German CPI. Also, for the US dollar, there is gonna be the GDP on quarter base and the initial jobless claims. These news, initial jobless claims, when they're coming at the end of the month, they're much more important than the previous weeks. I mean, if these news come in the first, second, or the third week on the month, they're not much important. Only these news can bring some good movements on Thursday for the US dollar, with the currency pairs with the US dollar. So be careful when these news come up. On Friday, there is gonna be the GDP for the British pound. These news can bring some movements. So be careful when you have trades with the pound. And also, the most important news for this week is gonna be the CPI for the euro. Now, they're expecting to reduce the CPI, the inflation rate, from 8.5% to 7.1%. This can be good for the euro, but we're gonna see. And after that, the President Lagarde will gonna speak again. So be careful in Friday around 12 o'clock with the currency pairs with the euro. Okay, and let's go to the charts and see what we expected last week for the currency pairs and what to expect for the next week. Let me just open the picture from the last week. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, the price was over here. What we expected last week. After this huge impulse wave, we expected the retracement to reach the point of interest here on this top over here and to make some retracement. Or the second option was to break this point of interest, to make a retest and to see a new movement. Well, look exactly what happened. The price broke the point of interest, which was this candle over here. It come back to test the point of interest and it made a good movement, as we expected, to level around 1.0859, and it made a bigger movement, and now it's making a retracement. Now, what we can expect for the next week? This is my analysis from last week. Okay, let's see on the daily time frame. We can see a clear movement up, and now the price is making a retracement. Now it reached the level 50 of Fibonacci, and you can see that we have probably fifth consecutive point on this daily trend line. Now, there is a possibility the price to make a deeper retracement from here, another one, to reach the trend line again, and with the candlestick formation, we are gonna expecting new movement of something like this. On the 4-hour time frame, This is pretty much the same. Now we can see that the price is near the swing level, and there is a possibility to make one more correction to the trend line. This is pretty much like the daily time frame, and to see a new up movement, something like this, to the point of interest first. Here we have a very good point of interest, and if the price breaks it, we are gonna looking for new up movements. Okay, let's move to pound dollar. Let's see what we expected last week. I think the picture was on 4 hour. Okay. The price was over here. Okay. We said that there are two options. The price. Here we had a strategy of trading breakouts. So we expected the price. The first option was to make a very good movement up right after the breakout, or the second option was to make some movement up, then to come back to test the trend line, to make a consecutive point on the 4-hour trend line, and to see new up movement. And look what it happened. The price broke this high over here. It come back down to test the trend line to make a consecutive point, and it started to move up. Now, it didn't match again with the trend line, it broke it, and now it's coming back to test it. And what to expect for the next week? On the daily time frame, we can see the clear movement up as the euro dollar, and now it's making a retracement. There is a possibility from here to see another movement down to reach a point level of Fibonacci and to see new up movement from here. On the 4-hour time frame, the price has broke this trend line. Now it's coming back to make a test. And if you see here, we have a very good point of interest, pretty much as the euro dollar. There is a chance the price to reach the point of interest and to see a down movement here, probably to the demand zone down here. And after that, we are gonna see if it push back from the demand zone, we are gonna enter in long positions. If we see a breakout of the demand zone, we are gonna enter in short positions. But there is a time to happen, so we are gonna wait. Now let's move to euro yen. It was on 4-hour time frame, okay. And the price was right here. We said that there are two options. Here we had a trend line, and there was a possibility the price to make a pushback from the trend line and to see new down movement. The second option was to break the trend line to reach this point of interest over here, and then to see the new bearish movement. And as you see, the price broke this trend line. It almost reached this point of interest, but it didn't reach it perfectly, and made the new bearish movement. And what we can expect for the next week. There is a possibility on this impulse wave to see some candlestick formations here and to see a new bearish movement. But there is a second chance that the price can reach the point of interest right here, because this is still active, and then to see a new bearish movement. Or the third option is, if the price here break this trend line, break this 4-hour trend line, and breaks this point of interest, we can say that we can see a retracement to the point of interest to retest this point and to see new bullish movement to the monthly level. These are the options that we think are possible to happen. Pound yen, this is pretty much the same. Yes, this is the picture from the last week. And the price was right at this candle. There was two options here as well. The price to make a down movement, to come back to test the trend line, and to make a new bullish bearish movement. The second option was to break the trend line, to reach the point of interest, and then to see the bearish movement. And here, as you see, the price didn't reach the point of interest for 12 pips. Pretty unfortunate, yeah. Okay, what we can expect for the next week? This is exactly like Euro Yen. We can see now some candlestick formation and consecutive point on this 4-hour trend line, and from here to see a bearish movement again. The second option is here we have left another point of interest, and we can see some up movement to this point of interest, or even to this one which is still active, and then to see the new bearish movement. Or as we said to the Euro Yen, there is an option that the price breaks all of this and make a retest to the point of interest and to see new bullish movement. We are gonna wait and see. And let's move to Euro to Australian dollar. And let's see what the price did. Let me see. Yeah, the price was over here. We said that there are two options here. Here we had a 4-hour trend line, and there was a possibility the price to make a pushback from the trend line and to see new down movement. Or the second option was to break the trend line, to come back to retest it and to see new bullish movement. And as you see, the price broke this trend line. It come back to make a retracement because this was the new impulse wave, but didn't reach the trend line, and it made some good movements up. Now we can see that on the daily time frame the price is near the weekly level. This is very strong level. Here we have very strong high, here, and here some lows, very strong. And there are two options here. On the higher time frame, on the daily one, we can see some strategy of trading breakouts just from here, and to see a bullish movement to the next daily level over here. And the second option is if the price here makes a deeper retracement, there is going to be a consecutive point on this daily trend line, and then to see a new bullish movement again. But if the price here it makes some very good side movement, something like a triangle or even a trend reversal pattern, we are gonna enter in short positions, because this is a very strong level and we have to take in mind that the price can reverse its trend, because this is a very strong trend. On the 4-hour time frame, we don't see anything clear for now. It is much better on the daily time frame. Okay, let's move to pound to Australian dollar. And the picture from the last week. Yeah, this is on 4-hour. The price was over here. Here we said that after this impulse wave, the price has reached the point, the 50% of Fibonacci retracement, and started to make a bullish movement. We expected to break this trend, these highs over here, to make a retest and then to see a new bullish movement. And as you see, the price broke these highs over here. It come back again to the daily trend line, and now it's making a new bullish movement. And what to expect for the next week? Here we have a third consecutive point on the daily trend line. and the price made a strategy of trading breakouts last week. Now we can't say now where this impulse wave will stop, because here you can see there is a clear down movement, and the first lows that are probably the price to stop moving and to make a retracement at this highs over here, these lows. The level is 1.878, around that one. And if you measure the impulse wave, this one from here, this is almost exactly the same level. We are gonna expect the price to make some movement, probably from here to here. And if the price make from this level a retracement, there is gonna be some Fibonacci correction. We are gonna use the level 50 or 61, and we are gonna looking for something like this to the next weekly level, which is very strong level. Last year we had a very good pattern here, the double top, and we are gonna wait to see what will gonna happen. This is what we think for the pound to Australian dollar. Let's move to euro New Zealand dollar. Okay, this was the picture from the last week. This is on 4-hour time frame. And let's see where was the price. Okay, here we had a very good 4-hour trend line. And we said that there is a possibility the price to make a pushback again from the 4-hour trend line and to see a down movement. But the price didn't make this pushback, and it broke all this point of interest and all trend lines and Fibonacci's, and it had made a new bullish impulse wave. Very clear impulse wave. Now, what we can expect for the next week? Let's see on the daily time frame. There is a possibility of strategy of trading breakouts from here, and if it makes the the movement, it will gonna be something like this. It will break this high and will reach some of these lows and highs over here. This is the first one. The second option is the price from here to make another retracement to the trend line and the levels of Fibonacci, and then to see a bullish movement. Or the second option is, because this is a strong level but the price didn't reach it yet, there is a possibility of some trend reversal pattern, because this, as you can see, is a very strong trend, this on the daily time frame. And if we see some trend reversal pattern, we are gonna expect something like this to break this low, to make a retest on the daily trend line, and then to see a new down movement, something like this. On the 4-hour time frame, nothing clear is happening here. There is a possibility the price to reach this demand zone or the swing level and to make some movement up. This is the second option. Okay, let's move to pound to New Zealand dollar. This is the picture from the last week. The price was exactly here, and there were two options here. We said that the price can push back again from this trend line. Just 1 second, guys. Okay, there was a possibility the price to push back from the trend line and to see a down movement to the ascending trend line here. But the second option was to break these highs over here, this one and this one, you can see, to make a retest on the trend line and to see some bullish movement. And here you can see clearly what happened. The price broke this high over here, it come back to test it, and it made a strategy called the Fibonacci retracement that we use. From here we had a trade, pretty good, and now it's going up. Now we have secured the trade already, and the price is moving up to our point of interest, very strong point of interest. Here it is. We are gonna expecting the price to reach this zone over here and to make a retracement, probably to the to this trend line over here, and to see some up movement again. Then we are gonna make our Fibonacci again from here to here, and it will match perfectly with the trend line. This is 4-hour trend line. And if we see some confirmation here with the candlestick formations, we are gonna enter in long positions again. This is for pound to New Zealand dollar. Let's take a look at the gold. It was on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, okay. So the price was exactly here. We said that we are expecting some retracement to the trend line. This is on 4-hour. I have erased it because I didn't need it anymore. Let me see just how it was. Yeah, it was from here. Something like this. We expected the price to reach the trend line and to see a new bullish movement from the trend line. But the price, it broke it and come back to test the trend line. Now, what we can expect for the next week on the higher time frames, because all of the golds to the US dollar, to euro, to Australian dollar are pretty high on the charts. There is a possibility that this is a very good double top. Also, there is a possibility the price to break this neckline over here, to make a retest and to see some very good down movement. But there is a chance, don't forget that there are some issues with all of the banks in the world. Not all, but a lot of the banks in the world. They are bankrupting, and if we see another bank that is bankrupting, probably the price will make another up movement and we can see a new highest high of all time to the gold to US dollar, which is at level $2,078. This is pretty much. So this is what we think for the gold right now. Also on the smaller time frames, there is a possibility the price to push back, but from this candle right here, as you can see, now it's pushing up from the point of interest, which is on the 4-hour time frame. But we are not entering in any trades right now because we are waiting the candle to close, and if it closes a little bit up, the price will be not so close to the stop that we have to put on the trade, 250 pips. So we are gonna wait for a better opportunity, probably to this high, and if we see some retracement from here, we are gonna enter in short positions. This is what we think for the currency pairs this week and for the gold. So guys, if you like this video, hit the like button, share this video with your friends so more people to know about us. And you can see our Discord channel, which the link is in the description below. Just a quick announcement from us. We know that our profile of our mentor in Bulgaria has been stolen, and another guy is pretending to be him. So we don't connect with people and offer them to invest in us. The only thing that we offer is our Discord channel, which is in the link in the description below. If anyone contact you and pretend to be us, the true Sight Forex, don't believe them. We are not gonna contact with any people to force them to invest in crypto or anything like this. This is a scam. Don't be fooled by these people. Our link, again, I'll repeat, is in the description below, and we don't connect with any people. So this is from us. Take care and see you next Monday. Bye bye.